Subscribe now, because what just happened between Justin Bieber, Selena Gomez, Hailey Bieber, and Benny Blanco is so layered, emotional, and calculated that you'll never look at any of them the same again. And once you hear the full breakdown, you'll realize this isn't just celebrity drama. It's a war being fought in lyrics, captions, and silent gestures. And it all started when Selena Gomez dropped the dreamy, heavily symbolic music video for Talk, featuring her fiancé Benny Blanco in a soft-lit fairy tale prom setting, a fantasy crafted not just for aesthetics, but as a romantic make-good for the prom night Selena never had as a teenager, with Benny renting a limo, stringing up nostalgic decorations, and dancing with her in slow motion as if the moment was plucked straight from a romance film. But fans weren't just watching a music video. They were decoding a message, because as soon as the track played, people were stunned by the male voice opening the song, a tone so eerily close to Justin Bieber's that it sent the internet into a frenzy, sparking rumors of secret sampling, audio mimicry, or intentional tribute. And the lyrics only poured gasoline on the speculation, with lines like, "I need your arms around me, I'm feeling kind of lonely, and I really want to talk," making people question whether Selena was really singing to Benny or subtly to Justin. And just hours later, Justin himself posted a snippet from John Lennon's haunting ballad, Jealous Guy, selecting lyrics that said, "I was dreaming of the past and my heart was beating fast. I began to lose control," which immediately ignited fan theories that Justin was not only watching the Talk video, but reacting to it emotionally in real time. And it didn't help that the exact song he quoted was recently covered by The Weeknd, another of Selena's exes, in his controversial series The Idol, which many believe was inspired by Selena's real-life journey through the dark side of fame, emotional trauma, and industry pressure. And when you line up the symbolism, the timing, and the emotional context, it stops feeling like coincidence and starts to look like a deeply coded message from Justin to Selena, perhaps one last reach across the silence. And then came the second wave. Because as speculation peaked, Justin dropped another Instagram story, not a lyric this time, but a quote, "You can't replace me. You can try. Maybe they have a little of what I have. But there's no other me." And the internet cracked in half, with fans racing to compare this quote to the narrative around Benny Blanco, who had just thrown Selena a prom, the same romantic gesture Justin once did for Hailey years ago, when she revealed she never went to hers. And suddenly the comparison wasn't just emotional, it was competitive, with Benny seen as recreating romantic history, and Justin lashing out as if to say, "I started this and you can't do it better." And to make it worse, fans noticed that Benny's gesture appeared more intentional and heartfelt than Justin's, down to the way he planned it as a surprise, involved Selena in the visuals, and used it as both a romantic memory and a music video concept. And that may have triggered something in Justin that ran deeper than jealousy. It was legacy, replaced, revised, erased. And just when you thought things had reached maximum mess, Hailey Bieber jumped into the chaos with a cryptic Instagram caption, posting, "May your email never find me," the same exact day Selena unfollowed her longtime friend, Teresa Marie, a fallout that reportedly stemmed from Teresa's rumored OnlyFans launch and swirling whispers that she may have gotten a little too close to Benny Blanco. And though no confirmation has been made, fans speculated that something happened behind the scenes, because Selena not only unfollowed Teresa, but cut her off after years of friendship. And then Hailey posts that caption. The timing is too perfect. And here's the part that's too strange to ignore. This isn't the first time Selena's ex-friends ended up drifting into Hailey's orbit, like Francia Raisa, who famously donated her kidney to Selena, only to later fall out with her over public statements, and was then spotted liking Hailey's posts during the peak of their feud. Or Carol Franklin, who quietly aligned herself with Hailey after parting ways with Selena, forming what fans are now calling the ex-friend to Hailey pipeline. And what makes it even weirder is that Hailey seems to be aware of this dynamic and may even be playing into it, because she's been caught multiple times echoing Selena's exact words, moves, and aesthetics. And she gave a beauty award acceptance speech saying she didn't want to start a brand for the sake of starting a brand, a line nearly identical to something Selena said in 2021 when she was launching Rare Beauty. And while some chalk it up to coincidence or industry speak, fans see a pattern, one that stretches back years, including Hailey following and befriending women close to Selena, styling herself in ways that mirror Selena's shoots, and even launching beauty branding that originally tried to trademark the name Bieber Beauty. Yes, before Roadskin existed, Hailey filed to use the Bieber name commercially, but the request was denied due to pre-existing trademarks tied to Justin. And that fact alone makes her more recent complaints about being called Justin's wife in headlines a bit ironic, considering she once tried to build a beauty empire on his last name. And speaking of contradictions, While Hailey demands her own identity in the industry, she continuously references Justin in interviews and shout-outs, even during her most significant brand moments, which sends mixed messages, especially when paired with Justin's increasingly erratic emotional posts like the FaceTime video call with Charlie Puth that resurfaced online, showing Justin confronting Charlie over a 6-year-old onstage diss during a performance of We Don't Talk Anymore, the hit Charlie did with Selena, and the way Justin brought it up years later, still clearly emotional, left fans speechless because it suggests that the emotional weight of Selena hasn't faded, it's just been repressed. And with all the public affection Justin shows Hailey, it still seems like Selena lives rent-free in his memories, and the Talk video may have cracked that shell wide open again. And what about Benny Blanco? Fans are divided. Some say he's the mature, steady upgrade Selena always deserved, a creative equal who actually builds her up instead of tearing her down, while others accuse him of performing romantic gestures that feel too engineered, too PR polished, and too reminiscent of Justin's past plays, suggesting that he's not just loving Selena, he's erasing and rewriting her romantic history in a way that repositions him as the true love she never had. And when you throw in the emotional song lyrics, the visuals, the sudden posts from Justin and Hailey, and the strange timing of Teresa's fallout, it all starts to feel like a script written by a screenwriter with a flair for slow-burn suspense. And don't forget, Selena herself has mostly kept quiet, letting her art and subtle moves speak volumes, but the public has been decoding her. Every lyric, every unfollow, every fashion choice as a breadcrumb, a piece of the bigger puzzle and the deeper fans dig. The more connections they uncover, like Hailey's public praise of rare beauty despite competing in the same beauty industry, or her use of the same makeup artists, stylists, and campaign aesthetics as Selena. And while some fans see this as a passive-aggressive game of mimicry, others argue it's admiration turned obsession. And the question now becomes, is Hailey just inspired by Selena, or is she obsessed with becoming her? And if Justin is still responding emotionally to Selena's moves, despite being married to Hailey for years, is his marriage built on love, or on settling after heartbreak? These aren't surface-level questions anymore, because when you study the patterns, the timing, and the silent signals, it becomes clear that all four of them, Justin, Selena, Benny, and Hailey, are still locked in a psychological chess match, where every song drop, every Instagram caption, and every public unfollow carries weight. And while Selena seems to be finally writing her own story, with a man who respects her and builds her up, the ghosts of her past still haunt the stage. And Justin's posts, along with Hailey's indirect jabs, only prove that the past isn't dead. It's just hidden beneath the surface of luxury branding, wedding rings, and filtered feeds. And if you're still wondering whether these coincidences mean something, just look at the timing. Selena releases a song that sounds like Justin, lyrics that feel like old wounds reopened, and within hours, Justin posts a jealousy anthem, followed by a quote about being irreplaceable, followed by Hailey's cryptic caption, all while the friend Selena cut off is rumored to be involved in a scandal and possibly in Hailey's DMs.